Now, last but not least, we're gonna set up the server-based client called LiquidSoap. What we're gonna do is first we're gonna install LiquidSoap, we're gonna upload the audio files, and we're gonna configure LiquidSoap. Alright, so we've logged in with the administrator account. We're going to open a new PuTTY connection. Now we also need to fill in the password of the new key, and as you can see we're logged in with administrator instead of root. With administrator you don't have full rights, so I like to change my account to the root account and then use the root passwords to log in. Hang on. There we go. Now we're logged in to the root account and we can do anything we like. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install LiquidSoap. I'm going to use the apt-get LiquidSoap package, but you can find a source tarball on the LiquidSoap website if you would like to do that. But I'm just going to install it like this. And as you can see, it needs to install some other packages, and now it's installed. We need to upload the audio files. So first we're going to upload some audio files, and then later on we will configure LiquidSoap so we can test them straight away. Alright, I will use the op directory and I will create a LiquidSoap directory. Now inside of LiquidSoap I want to make a playlists directory, and inside of that I will upload the audio files. Now because we're logged in as administrator, we don't have full permissions on all directories, so we need to go inside our own home directory in administrator, and inside of there we will upload the audio files. So I've got a set of audio files ready already. So I've got a house, OGG files, jingles, and tech. Now I will just select them, let them upload to the home directory, and from there we will move them. Next up, we're gonna move these files or copy them from the administrator, because the administrator himself can't do that, so we need to use the root user on our command prompt. We're going to copy all of those files inside of the opt.liquidsoap. So basically the dot is the current directory we're in right now. Hang on. We need to use the R statement. And as you can see now, we've got house, jingles, and tech. Now I accidentally put them inside of this directory instead of the playlists, so I'm gonna move everything inside playlists. As you can see, they're all in there right now. Now we're gonna quickly check if the files are in there as well, and as you can see, the files are in there as well. So now we've uploaded our audio files, we need to configure LiquidSoap to let LiquidSoap know what kind of playlists it should use, etc. So we're gonna edit the LiquidSoap radio.lick.example, and as you can see, this is the default configuration you get. Now there are a lot of features with LiquidSoap. They've got a lot of pages with all kind of API processes and inputs, and you can make anything you want basically. You can write a full script which lets you stream whatever you want. But I'm gonna use something I've made before already. So I'm just gonna create a new file. .lick. Okay, so basically anything you put inside of the etc LiquidSoap directory, which ends on .liq, will be read by the LiquidSoap servers. So we're gonna make a new script, and I've made this script before already. I'm just gonna copy this and I'll give it to you guys as well. So basically what it does, it makes some variables called jingles, tech and house, and it gives them the directory of where the playlist is. So the jingles will be in the LiquidSoap playlist jingles, tech in the tech, house in the house, etc. And then I made a switch which will basically tell LiquidSoap to play the tech playlist from 0 till 12 hours. So that's from well 0 a.m. till 12 a.m. So that's basically the whole morning. Now this part um, means that it will play the house playlist. So the house variable I declared over here um, from 12 p.m. well 12:01 p.m. till late night, so almost 0 o'clock. Yeah, so 12 o'clock p.m. Now I commented out this one, but if the switch is true, it will play the tech um, playlist. But we can just leave this out. So basically what this switch does, it checks for its time and then it will switch between tech or house. Yeah, but you can make anything you like because LiquidSoap has got so many things you can adjust, you can make. If we go to the website and we go start read the documentation, you can see there's a lot. You can watch the quick start. They've got a lot of tutorials. They've got user scripts. They've got anything. You can check the API. You can basically make anything you like. Now the next thing is this line. This basically what it does. It checks. So if we check for random in the API, as you can see, the radio variable is made out of a random, and then it will select either the jingle playlist or radio, and the radio will then define back to this one. Now what this basically does, if you check the API over here, as you can see, the random will select a random child. Now the weights, as you can see, it's got a weight of 1 and 5. Now jingles got a weight of 1 and radio got a weight of 5. Now if you check in the API, it says that the weights of the children paired up with 1, defining for each child the probability that it is selected. So the probability that jingles is selected is 5 times less than that radio is selected. So sometimes it will select a jingle, and a jingle is just a random audio file. In this particular case, it's like don't forget to register, etc. Now the last part is our stream. So basically what LiquidSoap does, it makes variables, it checks for playlists, it checks the directories, and then all of that needs to be streamed out to the Icecast. So you've got your server-based client outputting to the Icecast server. Now, if you check the API, it's got a lot of different outputs. You can output anything you like, Icecast, Shoutcast, you can output to a file, you can output to your sound cards, anything you like. And if you check the Icecast, it's got a lot of variables you can use, a lot of booleans, strings, etc. Now what I've done is I've made an output.icecast, and this is the default. Um, so you always need to put this. Now the host is localhost, the port is 8000. We defined this in the icecast.xml. Yeah. Now the password is hackme, as we defined, and it will mount to a basic radio.ogg. And the last thing is the radio variable. So it will stream, it will output to the Icecast. This is all Icecast related. And then it will select the radio variable, which is defined all the way over here. Now if we save this, I need to go check. Yeah, I am. So we'll call this radio.liq. As you can see, we've got a radio.liq and a radio.liq.example. Now everything that's every file that ends with .liq from LiquidSoap inside the LiquidSoap directory will be read by the LiquidSoap servers. So now when we restart the LiquidSoap servers and we check the status, it should be running now. Alright, so as you could see, I had to debug some things, and if we check the journal, we could see that we got a permission denied. Now this is because the LiquidSoap will be run as the LiquidSoap user, and because we created the radio.liq with the root user, it didn't have permission, so I changed it with chown r LiquidSoap user and the LiquidSoap group, and as you can see, it's got the permissions right now. So now, as you can see, it's running. It's got a mount point over here. And if we go to the public area, we should be able to hear the audio we put in the playlists. There we go. So we've got our own server-based client running. What this basically does, it just keeps running in the background and runs all the playlists inside of here. Alright, so just a quick recap about this tutorial. What we have done is we've got a server right here which is running all our services. So it's running the Icecast server, it's running the LiquidSoap server-based client, and this basically handles all the information incoming, so the audio files, the streaming of the audio files, etc. Now, we've also set up a local-based client. In this tutorial, it's the Sam Broadcaster client on our desktop. This will also be streaming music to the Icecast server, and this Icecast server will then continue streaming it to, well, the World Wide Web. What we will do in the next tutorial is we will set up a website, And on that website, we will be playing the music files that are being streamed from our Icecast server. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. Please give a thumb up if you liked the tutorial, and see you in the next episode.